this video, we're going to learn the notes of the fretboard. We're going to start off with open strings, and we're going to go all the way down to fret number 12. Let's start by reviewing the open strings. We have an E, A, D, G, B, and E. Those are the open strings, okay? We're going to use the C major formula to help us, to guide us through the fretboard. Let's remember that between E and F, there's a half tone, and between B and C, there's a half tone. Everything else is whole tones. E and F, B and C are the half tones. Let's start off with string number 1. That's an open string between E and F. That's a half tone. Between F and G, we have a whole tone. From G to A, we have a whole tone. From A to B, we also have a whole tone. And now from B to C is the place where we're going to have a half tone. From C to D, whole tone. From D to E, we're going to have a whole tone also. We're going to stop right there at fret number 12. So that means, let's review, let's go back. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E. Let's go to string number 2 now. From B to C, we're going to have a half tone. From C to D, we're going to have a whole tone. From D to E, we're going to have a whole tone. From E to F, we're going to have a whole tone, a half tone. From F to G, a whole tone. From G all the way to A, we're going to have a whole tone and another whole tone from A to B. Okay. Let's go to string number 3. We have a G. From G to A is a whole tone. From A to B, it's a whole tone. From B to C, a half. From C to D, we have a whole. From D to E, a whole tone. From E to F, a half. And from F to G, we have a whole tone. Let's review. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's go to the bass notes. We're down to string number 4. That's a D. We're going to start off with open D. We're going to go to E. So that means from D to E, it's a whole tone. From E to F, half tone. From F to G, a whole tone. From G to A, a whole tone. From A to B, a whole tone. From B to C, that's a half tone. And from C to D, that's a whole tone. Okay, let's go to string number 5. We are between A and B, it's a whole tone. From C to B, it's a half tone. From C to D, it's a whole tone. From D to E, it's a whole tone. From E to F, a half tone. From F to G, a whole tone. From G to A, it's a whole tone. Let's do the last string, the big E. We have the low E, so we have E, F, that's a half tone. From F to G, a whole tone. From G to A, a whole tone. From A to B, a whole tone. From B to C, a half tone. From C to D, that's a whole tone. From D to E, we are in the last note. That's going to be a whole tone. We have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E. A, B, C, D, E, How do we learn the whole fretboard and memorize it? Well, we go step by step. Learn string number 1. You go from open to fret number 12. Maybe the next day you go to string number 2. Maybe the next day you go to string number 3, and then you review all 3 strings. Next week you go to string number 4, string number 5 the next day, string number 6 the next day. So if you divide it by days, you're able to learn the fretboard, you're able to memorize it, and you're able to chunk it down into pieces. If you try to learn it in one shot, one day, that's going to be really difficult to do. And you're not going to memorize it that easy. You're going to have some places where you're not going to know where the notes are. Play with it. Play with each string. Go up and go down, say the names, and all of that's going to help you memorize this for the long term, okay? And that's what we're aiming for. Go ahead and practice.